Hello everybody, welcome to a different kind of video today. Today I'm gonna be cleaning up this cupboard behind me and we are culling some games. So this is probably the first time I have gotten rid of a couple games before, but not many. But this is gonna be a bit of a bigger clean out today. All the other games that I have that aren't in here are games that I know I definitely want to keep. And this is more a little bit of a junk cupboard. It has become a junk cupboard. It was not meant to be that way, but it has happened. There are also definitely some bigger games in here that don't fit in my normal like cupboard where my other board games are. So that's just games that I definitely want to keep, but they're too big to fit anywhere else than in here. So I think it is time to reveal the horror that is behind me. And it is a complete and utter mess, so I am warning you right now that it is a mess, okay? Okay, let's open it up. Okay. So this is what it looks like. I mean, it could definitely be worse, I think. But it's not great. It's not great. It has a lot of my smaller boxed games. And then some of my bigger boxes like Sleeping Gods. And then just a bunch of things that I never play. Also, I think because they're in here. But yeah. So first, I'm just gonna clean out all the mess that isn't board games that's in here. So give me a second to do that. I recently upgraded Creature Comforts to the wooden tokens. So these are all the cardboard tokens. And I just don't know what to do with these cardboard tokens. So let me know what you do with your tokens when you upgrade a game. I mean, these are dice that I can just use because they're normal 6-sided dice with all the numbers. So those I can just use for whatever. But the tokens, I'm just like, it feels bad to throw them away. But what am I going to do with them, you know? So please let me know. Again, these are cards from Conservas, but they're in Spanish. I feel bad throwing that away. What if I want to sell it? Nah, I'm not going to sell Conservas probably, but you never know. And then the amount of plastic bags that I have. It's pretty bad. But again, I can't throw that away. I might need those. You know? And my ring light. Okay, so these are all games except for this playmat. This is my Paperback Adventures playmat. Very cool. I need to play that game more for sure. Alright, so now all we have here are board games. And I think I'm just gonna go through them with you guys. I think that's the best way to do this. So first we're gonna start with this top shelf. We're just gonna go through the games. Easy as that. So first up we have Chronicles of Crime, the 1400 series that I love. Chronicles of Crimes. It's not even really an expansion because you don't need the base game to play this. Just FYI, because I thought that was the case. It's not. You can just get this and play it on its own. I really enjoy Chronicles of Crime. It's great solo, but also great with friends, solving mysteries. And you have this app that you use to like scan the crime scene and stuff. I don't know. It's very fun. I've played the first 2 scenarios from this one, I think. So I maybe have 2 more to go. So I should really finish this one, but it's definitely gonna stay. Then I have Honeybuzz, which this might be controversial, but it's gonna go. I love this game's components. The components in this game and the artwork in this game is just so beautiful. And that's the reason I haven't gotten rid of it yet, but it's just not for me. I want this game to be so satisfying, and it's just not. It's just not. For me, this is just a game that I will never get to the table because I just don't enjoy it. I don't enjoy the solo. No. And I hate that I feel that way, but I do. So this is gonna go, and I'm gonna sell this one. Then we have Treasure Island. I'm definitely keeping Treasure Island. It's one of the only games in my pre-Essen collection that I haven't played yet. Because the player count, even though it says 2 to 5 players, it is quite difficult to get to the table because it does shine with 4 players, 4 or 5, because when you play with 2 or 3 players, people will still have to play 2 characters, which just seems less fun. So it will happen at some point, but for now it is sitting in my cupboard. But yeah, it is what it is. Dice Throne. Sadly, I bought this in New York City when I was there. In 2019, I think, before COVID. But it is sadly not being played because it is a 2-player game, and I just never play 2-player games. So it has got to go to a better home, and maybe in the future at some point when I'll play more 2-player games for whatever reason, I could get another Dice Throne again. But for now, this is better off with somebody else. That is just the way it is. Don't forget to drink some coffee or tea or whatever. Okay, moving on to Carcassonne. Carcassonne? I don't know. I am torn. I am torn on this one. I never play this because I hate it. I'm not a big Carcassonne fan. I think it's lame. Even though it's a tile-laying game. I have none of the expansions, so that might be why. Maybe I just need a bunch of the expansions. But, friends of mine have this. So if I really want to play it, I'll just play it at theirs. They do have an expansion for it, or maybe a couple. So I just really don't like Carcassonne. So it's gonna go. Bye! Alright, then we have Splendor. I love Splendor. I don't play it as often anymore as I did when I first got it, but I think it's an amazing game. It's a great introductory game to people who don't play as much board games, and even if this doesn't hit my table as often anymore, it's for me a very nostalgic game that has really brought board games more into my life again. And yeah, I love Splendor. So Splendor is gonna stay. We're gonna put it here, and I'll put Chronicles of Crime on top of that, like so. Oh, that's a little bit unfortunate. Can't live with that. Alright, there we go. Then I have this really random trivia pub quiz thing that I haven't played yet, but it might still be fun for a random game night with friends. So I do want to keep this just in case. I think it will at some point be fun and useful to bring to maybe a vacation or Christmas or something like that. So we're keeping that. Sushi Go, we're keeping Sushi Go. Love Sushi Go, great game. I'll put it here for now because we'll go through the smaller games in a little bit. Shit Happens. Not great. Very fun with friends, for sure. And that's why I got it, because to play with friends. And it has seen some wear and tear, because I walked with it through the rain and it got wet in my backpack. Or something like that happened to it. I don't even really remember. But yeah, we're keeping it for friends, game nights, stuff like that. Silly game nights. So yeah. Point City. No. I'm not a fan. I don't get it to the table because I haven't been enjoying it as much as I expected to. I love point salad. So I got this when it came out. But no. I'll just always pick point salad. And never Point City. Even though this has a solo mode, which made me extra excited. No. It's going. Alright. So, moving on to the next shelf. We have Nana. Nana is staying. Love this game. Oh my god. Amazing. Amazing, amazing, amazing. I love it. It's so cute, the artwork, and it's just so fun and quick. And it's really addicting. Great game. If for the people who don't know, there is a game out called Trio, which is quite popular as well at the moment. That's Nana. So Trio is the rebranded, like, European American version of Nana, the original Japanese game. So that is that. We have 2 Unlock Adventures, which I have played already. And these are like kind of like escape room type games that are very fun. But will I play this ever again? No. So I'll try to resell them and someone else might enjoy playing these. We talked about Sushi Go. So let's go through my small boxed games that I have here. Alright. So this is just a deck of cards. Alright, I don't know why this is sticky. Isn't that just always just so lovely? This is just a deck of Star Wars playing cards that are absolutely gorgeous. And I got these for my birthday from my best friend. And they're beautiful. So these are just in my cupboard as a deck of playing cards. So those are definitely staying. Boop. So I have this little game, which is also just like a quiz game. It just has cards with questions. I usually take this with me when I go on like a holiday with a friend or someone, and we can just play or ask each other some questions while we're waiting, like at the airport or for a train or whatever, and it's just always quite nice to have, so definitely keeping that. They have a bunch of different ones of these, so they're quite fun. This isn't even mine. This is from a friend of mine. So we've never played this, but it's like a doodle game. Skridoodle. I have no idea. I actually don't know this. I think it's just a doodle game. Race against the opposing team to complete a number of drawing challenges in this frantic relay race. So I think it's just drawing and then guessing, you know. So I'll keep this because it's not mine. And might be fun as well for like a game night with friends as well. So we'll see. The Mind. Love The Mind. Very fun, very challenging. If you don't know this game, it is very, how do I explain this? It's a game where there's cars from 0 to 100 or 1 to 100. And everybody gets, in the first round, everybody gets 1 card. And obviously nobody knows each other's card. And you can't talk, you can't communicate in any way. And you have to put down the cards one after another in the right sequence. And it's very, very challenging. And then in the second round, everybody gets 2 cards, 3 cards, 4 cards, etc. Very challenging, but very fun. And I love that game. Quicks, great little dice game. Quick, fun, great game. Quicks, I love that game. This is Werewolves. I've had this. This is probably one of the oldest games in my collection. Let's see if there is a year in 2003. So this game is more than 20 years old. Wow. That's crazy. I don't think I got it when I was, well, maybe I did actually. Nah, a little bit later I think. But this is definitely one of the oldest games in my collection. It's a classic. It's great for parties. It's definitely worn out a bit for me. I've played it so much, definitely back in the day, that it's kind of gone a bit stale for me, and it's not a game that I would necessarily grab very quickly for a party game. I would rather play any of the other ones that I have, but it is great for a really big group that a lot of other games might not facilitate a big group like that, and it is still always good fun. But so I'm definitely not going to get rid of it because it is very nostalgic for me as well. Played it a lot in school back in the day with like classmates, and always just had a great time. So definitely keeping that one. Love Letter, oh my god, this is also just so like battered up, this box. I've had this game also just for a very long time. Maybe even, it says 2012 that it came out, and I think I might have it since like one of the first like years that it came out. I've had this for so long, and I've played it a lot because it's great. This was like my standard like wait in line game for like when we went to like a theme park and you're gonna have to stand in line a lot. You can just have this in one hand and play. It's great. Great. If you don't know Love Letter, it's great. Go play it. So Point Salad. I love Point Salad. So fun, so quick. I love that everything keeps changing. You can set your own goals for the game. It's just very fun. Very cute. Love the artwork. I love that game. We have Flux. We have normal Flux. And Cthulhu Flux. These I also don't play as much anymore as I used to. But again, they're quite nostalgic for me, and I don't know. I don't think I'd ever get rid of these. Just, yeah, it's Flux. Can't get rid of Flux, come on. Alright, then we have Black Stories. This is also, for the people that don't know this, I don't know how popular this is in maybe the US or UK, but it's like cards with riddles on them. So it's basically just one card that has a very short text on it, and you kind of have to just, one person is like the storyteller, and like the game, I don't know how to explain. One person reads the card and knows the answer, and the rest of the people like ask questions and try to figure out what the story is, and they're usually really far-fetched. But that's what makes it kind of fun. And we usually played this like in the car when we had like a longer drive, stuff like that. It's really fun. There's really, there's like a bunch of different editions of this. And the Black Stories are more like gruesome, but you also have ones that are just like lighter. But yeah, that's Black Stories. Alright, so we have Codenames. I have the normal one, and I have Codenames Pictures. Yes, I haven't played Pictures that much, but Codenames is just a classic. With friends, we've played it so many times, so definitely a keeper for me. Then we have Machikoro. Machikoro, quite a popular game. Not for me. This one we're gonna get rid of. I just don't play it. I used to play it more, and I did enjoy it, and there is a bunch of expansions. I have like one of them that's in this box. And yeah, I don't know. It's just, once you kind of know what to do, it's quite easy to win, and that takes the fun out of it for me. So yeah. It's gonna go. It's gonna go. Alright, choices have to be made. Just one. Again, this party game is amazing. If you've never played this and you want something for a bit of a bigger group, so this is for, I think, 3 to 7 players. You can definitely play with more than 7 people, but there's like 7 little like standees, so you just have to use like paper. but you can definitely play with more people than 7. But it is great. It is so fun. If you like 30 seconds, but you're kind of bored with 30 seconds, which who isn't bored with 30 seconds? Just one. This is just great, great fun and more of a challenge than 30 seconds. So, yep, love that game. So fun. Absolutely amazing. Okay, we're just gonna move this over. All right, then we have true crime stories. This is very fun. I play this with friends, solving crimes, solving mysteries. We still have to do, we've only done 1 story of the 3 so far that's in this box. So this one's definitely staying. I'm gonna just put it here for now. Put these ones back down. All right. So, and these might have to go somewhere else as well. Well, we'll see. Then I have Deception, Murder in Hong Kong. This I find tricky because I do really enjoy this game. I do. It's a 4 to 12 player game. So this is also a like party, mystery, murder solving game. And I enjoy this. I think it's very fun. But I think the couple times that I did play it with a big enough group, other people just weren't that into it, which is sad, you know. But I don't think this is gonna hit the table often. I might keep it for now, just to see if at some point maybe it will be played more. But this is probably one that eventually will leave my collection. But I think for now I do want to hold on to it just to see if at some point maybe we will play it more. So yes, putting it there. And then I have tokens again for Flamecraft because I have all the wooden tokens and I don't need the cardboard ones. So what do? Please tell me what to do because I don't know. Then we have Mysterium. This game I also really enjoy. Another game that doesn't really hit my table as often as I would like. We've played it maybe a couple times during Halloween 2 years ago, and it hasn't hit my table since. So, but I do think this will also be fun with, it says 10 plus, ages 10 and up. But with like kids, it could be very fun, I think. Maybe a bit spooky, but in a cute way. I mean, you can just decide the story for yourself. So, but yeah, so I think this is the same as with Deception. I think I'll hold on to it for now. But if this just doesn't get played enough, at some point this might have to leave the collection as well. So, yes. Alright, moving right along to Smash Up. This game also doesn't get played at all. I've played it maybe 2 times a long time ago. So I do think I would really enjoy this because it's like a deck, not even a deck builder, but like a deck crafter. Like at the start you just craft your deck and you play with that deck. And everybody has their own unique deck. And it's just so fun. But I don't get it to the table because nobody wants to play this. But I have a difficult time getting rid of it. Maybe I'll keep it for now. I think I might just have to get rid of it. There's just so many other games to play, you know. So, with pain in my heart, I'm gonna say goodbye to Smash Up, I think. Then we have Wingspan Asia, the 2-player edition for Wingspan. I'm giving this to a friend who plays like almost exclusively Wingspan with her partner, and she basically doesn't really play any other games. And this has just been sitting on my shelf. It does also have a solo player mode, but I could just play the normal solo Wingspan, and I'd rather play Wormspan anyways. So this is gonna go to a friend, and I think they'll be very happy with it. So going to a friend. Then we have Double, the Disney edition. I think this is also not mine, but from a friend. So I think I'll just message her if she really wants it. And I might, well, this could also be fun for like my nieces. They're too young now to play games with, but this could be a fun one to keep in. Like, I have like a cupboard upstairs with presents. It's like a present cupboard that I just put stuff in that I'm saving up for the nieces, but also just for other friends that if I see something in January for a friend whose birthday is in August, I'm just gonna get it in January and I'll just keep it in my present cupboard until August, you know? That's just what I do. So I think I'm gonna put it there for the future. Then we have Machiavelli. This is known as Citadels to like US, UK, I think. We have this edition, Machiavelli, and I love this game. This is also such a classic for me. I've played it so much back in the day. It doesn't get played as often now, but still gets played, still hits the table, and I love this game. So never getting rid of this for sure. So let's put that there. All right, we are moving on to the bottom shelf. So let me adjust the camera a little bit. Right, the last shelf that we have going on, I have Quirkle Travel Edition. Not necessarily one of my favorite games, but my mom loves this game, so I have to keep it for my mom. So let's just put that up there. Then we have Disney Dixit. I'm not the biggest Dixit fan, but this is very fun with friends. I have just a lot of Disney loving friends. Love you all, amazing. So this is definitely fun with them, and we have played it quite a couple times. So this is definitely staying. So it's gonna go right there. Then we have Elder Sign. Oh my gosh, this was one of my first games as well. What's the year? Doesn't really say, I think. Oh, 2011. So I got this maybe 2014, something like that. So I've had this game for like 10 years. I love this game. It's so fun. I really want to play more Elder Sign games, or like the Cthulhu games. I'd love to play more of them because I love Cthulhu. That's why I have Cthulhu Flux, obviously. But yeah, I play this mostly alone, but it's great solo. It's pretty fun. So yeah, staying in the collection for sure. My goal. Does that fit? It does not. Nope. We'll rearrange after this. All right, another classic, Small World. Oh my gosh, such a classic. Also one of the oldest games in my collection. I've played this a bunch. Definitely hasn't been played recently, but a game that even now I'm just like looking at it, I'm like, oh, I really want to play this again. I really want to get this to the table again. It's so fun, and there's friends I play with that I haven't played this with yet, and I just know that they would really enjoy this. So I'm definitely gonna have to bring it to the table with them soon. So let's see if we can accomplish that in life. I'll just put it back down there for now. Then we have the Arnak player inserts that I have to put together that I got at Spiel. So we're gonna do that soon. Then I have Sleeping Gods. I mean, never getting rid of this. what a beautiful, beautiful, beautiful game, and just so exciting, and yeah, very heavy. Very heavy game, but beautiful, and it's staying with me until the day that I die. So yes, there is Sleeping Gods, Dead of Winter. Oh my god. Also one of the oldest games in my collection, or that I've had for the longest time. Yeah, 2014. I think I've had it since around that time. I just remember seeing Tabletop, the Will Wheaton show on YouTube, and they played this. Wow, something awakened in me, and I just needed it. And it was so expensive for me at the time. I was still like a student, I had no money, and this was gifted to me for my birthday, which was such a surprise to me, and I was so overwhelmed that people got me this, and I was like really first started getting into the hobby. So this was, it felt like such a huge expensive purchase, which it was. I think it was probably around like 80 euros. And I just felt so overwhelmed and loved, and I just felt seen and understood. So even beside this being an amazing game that I will never get rid of, it holds a very special place in my heart. So it is going right there on the shelf. And then lastly we have Arnak, which this box size just fits nowhere. It's huge. The shape is just honestly annoying. But I love the game, so it's staying for sure. Putting it right back there, and it is going to get inserted with inserts. I'm gonna make these and put them in there at some point. So yeah, I'm very excited. Look at all the space that I have now for more games. So I'm gonna put some games that I got at Spiel that I have already played in here, and hopefully it's just because these are closed doors. If I don't see the games, so they get played less often, and all my other cupboards are open, so they just catch my attention more quickly, and they get to the table more often also, just because of that simple fact. But yeah, for now this is the room that I have to work with. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 games that I'm getting rid of, which I think is pretty good, pretty decent. And we have some more room now. So yeah, I think I'll just rearrange this a little bit. Alright, so this is kind of what it is. This is just always gonna be a messy cupboard, I think. I do just need to put all my Lorcana cards somewhere, and they're just difficult to store in this. But I think it's okay like this. I think this is already good. There's definitely gonna be another game that can fit there, I think. And yeah, at some point I'll just have better storage in general, but for now this is what we're gonna have to work with. And yeah, I think this is fine. So, alright, thanks so much for watching. Bye.